As promised, we're about to be joined by one of the few Republican candidates for governor who is actually paying his property taxes, just like the rest of us. We welcome back Jack Ciattarelli. Hey, Jack, how are you?
Jeff, Bill, it's great to be with you and your listening audience again.
Yeah, I think we had you on, was it a little more than a month ago? Something like that? Can't even remember.
More than a month ago. I was up in Essex visiting a pizzeria, and we spent a little bit of time together before I went in.
So, listen, I know we don't have as much time as last time, so let's get right to this. A couple things I really wanted to talk to you about. You've got a petition out, and it's your own ideas about reopening what still is not open with so many of these closures, with capacity limits, all of that. But I noticed on your petition, it's also mentioning responsible reopening and still doing things safely. Could you talk a little bit about what you want to see done if you were governor that's not being done right now?
Well, one thing I'll provide is governor specificity, which is what we don't get out of this governor. Listen, guys, I feel very strongly this guy has shut down too much for too long. Yes, we need to save lives. We know how to do that, but let's get back to saving livelihoods. Main Street is dying here, and New Jersey goes well when Main Street's going well, and right now Main Street's not going well. So I just thought it was time to put out some very, very clear directives on what I would do as governor and try to put a little pressure on this governor on how to get this economy open again.
What are some of the things that you would do specifically?
Well, first of all, let's stop with the emergency powers. I mean, even when the top Democrats in the legislature said we're past that now. Let's stop it with the states of emergency and the executive orders. Let's get back to having the legislature having an equal say in how we govern New Jersey. I do think it's time to lift all indoor gathering limits. Let's do that by May 15th. And while the indoor mask mandate can continue for a little while longer until we get more people vaccinated, let's stop with the outdoor mask mandate. I do think we're past that point. And listen, with regard to opening up restaurants, let's get to 100% capacity. Let's let people sit at the bar again. As I go up and down this state, some bars, nobody's sitting in that area. In other bars, people are sitting in that area. I think people know how to keep themselves safe. And I just think we're beyond that point now where we can get back to saving livelihoods.
And you know what I appreciate about you is that you're mentioning, okay, if it's indoors, yes, for a while until more are vaccinated, still keep, as much as we all hate it, some of the mask orders in place, but let businesses start really being businesses again. I mean, to me, that is balanced and sensible.
Well, listen, I think what's really important is there's some people who want to wear their mask until they sit down at the table in a restaurant. I don't want to cost any restaurant or bar, any patrons. I don't want to cost them any business. So let's do it a little while longer until our vaccination rates get higher, because this guy has botched the rollout of the vaccination. So, but I could see us in the very, very near term lifting the indoor mask mandate too, as more and more people get vaccinated. But let's get this economy open again. Let's get currency circulating again. We've got to save livelihoods.
How do you feel Governor Murphy botched the vaccination?
Well, first of all, here's the messaging that came out of Trenton, right? We're going to put inmates before seniors and smokers before teachers. If you had only 1 million doses of the vaccine, why would you change the eligibility criteria to open it up to 4 million New Jerseyans, which caused a free-for-all and systems to crash? I mean, you didn't even need a note from your doctor that said you were a smoker. You could just show up, be 24 years old, and say, I'm a smoker. I just thought that was bad. And the other thing is, listen, if he understood county government, their role in New Jersey, they're a regional service provider with a Department of Health and an Office of Emergency Management. Give them the vaccinations and then get the hell out of the way. County governments know how to go about this, and I think our county governments have done very, very well. Anything the state does, they screw it up. As governor, I would secure as many vaccines as possible, give it to the distribution centers, our county governments working in partnership with local hospitals, and then get the hell out of the way. I would have also had a role for frontline community primary care physicians who know their patients best, particularly their elderly patients who had trouble with the online registration system. You know, guys, this isn't hard, but he made it harder.
Would you be interested at all in a constitutional amendment curbing the governor's ability to issue emergency orders?
I know it sounds counterintuitive coming from a guy who wants to be governor, but if we've learned anything, maybe the New Jersey governor is too powerful. We're on 14 months of a state of emergency, which grants him executive orders. I say we need to have that conversation that at what point in time should a governor's executive order power end?
Okay, so perhaps not take all of that away, but just put in some curbs to it?
I think with regard to spending, we need to do that. Should he have unilateral discretion over how he's spending the Federal CARES Act Relief Fund? Should he have federal unilateral discretion on how to spend the $6.5 billion that Joe Biden's going to send him? Even Democrats in the legislature have said, hold on a second here. We need to have a say.
Well, you know what? Since you brought it up, now I'm going to ask you, what do you think about his comments for $40 million of that CARES money being extended to undocumented illegal immigrants?
Guys, you know what infuriates people? It just seems like every time with this governor, everyone who breaks the rules gets to go to the front of the lines. It's infuriating. Now, we got to take care of our brothers and sisters, right? We're our brothers and sisters keeper. But why should anyone who's breaking the rules get to go to the front of the line? $15 million of grants for small businesses, but $40 million for illegal immigrants? Something doesn't seem right about that to me.
You know, there was a very sad statistic, according to the New Jersey Business Coalition, about how small businesses, their money was down 38.4% from March 22 relative back to January of 2020. 38% drop. And
worse yet,
yeah.
1 out of 3 small businesses in this state have closed their doors forever. Mom and pop shops that were in families for decades. This governor has shown no empathy, no sympathy, and no leadership with regard to our small business economy, which is really the backbone of the New Jersey economy. As I said before, as Main Street goes, New Jersey goes. And the reason why we're leading the nation in unemployment right now is because of what this guy did to Main Street.
We're talking with Jack Ciattarelli, who wants to be your next governor, feels he can do a much better job than Murphy. Now, again, okay, quickly, back to the reopening plan and your comments there. You actually have this petition, Demand Governor Murphy Reopen New Jersey. How could people get that? Is it simply through your site?
It is through the site, Jack4NJ.com, and that's the number 4.
Yep, the numeral 4, Jack4, the number 4, NJ.com. All right, well, my friend, I hope we speak again.
I look forward to it, guys. Thank you.
Thank